The Marco Polo in my favorite Thomas blue color, how we call it here in Autogefühl when we have a bright blue color. This one here, the camper van, also with all the features the new facelift is offering. A standard V-Class starts at about 37,000 euros in Germany, and well, then you can easily get with a high luxury VIP version so on to about double the price, and that's also where the Marco Polo is situated. So if you think about, a family goes camping, yeah, that's a good thought, but it's also really, really expensive. The main feature that comes standard is this folded up roof, that you have more space on the interior, of course, and that you also have the possibility to sleep in the vehicle. Of course, the real exciting thing is on the inside, just some notes on the exterior. You can also get an AMG line for that one, of course, and also those fancy wheels. You can see it here also in the dark style. Short look at the front cockpit. It is basically the same than in all V-Class variants, and here we also have the decor element with wood. If you would prefer that one, of course, all the other ones are also available for the Marco Polo. Instruments, quite classic still, left side speed, right side RPM in the middle part. You have the view, for example, for the digital speedometer or for the consumption, and you can also switch it around, for example, for radio or media info, or also some of the GPS info. Taking a closer look at this infotainment screen, the map view is actually quite nice and is here also responsive. There is no touchscreen yet available, so you have to do it all with a central controller. You can connect your phone via Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. This system has not been updated, so it's not available. So you have to connect your phone via Bluetooth. And the menu structure is also quite complicated, but then when you reach those stuff, they actually work quite well. Also, the 360-degree camera cannot show you that at the moment because the car is not running. So if you know it from Mercedes passenger cars, you get along with it. But again, menu structure is old, no Apple CarPlay, no Android Auto, and it's not the new MBUX system. That one will be only introduced with the all-new generation of the V-Class, and that's not available right now and also not in the coming years. The climate unit is still manual. That's good also to do while driving. There's still a CD slot also if you want better audio quality and if you still have CDs and some hotkeys for the GPS, for example. Then there's lower area again with the turning and pressing knob, or you can also press here or swipe like this in the menu. Those ones here, those are the driving modes, and if you have the adaptive suspension, you can also change the stiffness of the adaptive suspension. There's one comfort standard suspension, there's a sport suspension, both with a fixed damping rate, and then optional the adaptive suspension as we have right here. You can also close and open the doors right here with this button for the right and the left one if you have both sliding doors. And overall, this is all quite well accessible as you can reach it very well from the drivers. So the rest of the lower middle console right there, we have two adaptive cup holders here in the front, like this. And then we have a middle armrest with a split opening, also with a leatherette cover. And inside here, you have two more USB supplies. Well, two more. Those ones are the two USB supplies. But again, no connection to Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. And this one here is a cooling box. Also interesting. Speaking about cooling, you can also have some outside cooled and heated beverages, so not powered at the moment, but this can be cooled or heated both, and in two different sizes here also for a whole bottle. Now the most exciting part of this review is the interior of the Marco Polo version, and that begins here with the floor, because this one here is the optional wooden floor. Looks very beautiful. Well, it's just a small layer, not exactly real wood, but of course it looks really cool. Then there's a standard also with the inbuilt kitchen, and I'll just invite you to come inside with me right here, because with this folded up roof I can also stand upright, and even Holger as cameraman today can stand upright then in here. So you can basically live in this car. Indeed, it is of course limited as we are not in a huge van, but you can see you can easily stand inside here with this folded up bed at the moment. We will also fold down the bed very soon. Let's take a look at this kitchenette. You have the water supply right here, and also, if you want to cook something, and of course those security glass you can put over it when you're driving. And it's also important that you can carry around stuff, also in a safe way. For example, all the cutlery here that will be stored quite safely here, or then just for more stuff you might need for all your food. This comes quite handy here. a lot more storage, because when you are traveling for a longer time, you surely want this one here. This one is the sliding door. Here we go. So that works quite well. And of course, more interesting is that you got a table right here that can be folded up, because you might want to enjoy all your food. This one here is the table then, and then you can enjoy all the stuff you might be cooking right here. And when you sit here, you can change the angle of the back part of the seat and also the air pressure inside the seat, so how stiff the cushions are. This is also possible. Again, just an option. Hey, greetings from up here. So interesting is that we have an electric window right here, right over there, also with a shade. So this one is actually open at the moment, and then we can fold down this bed, and it has a length of about 2 meters. So that's 2 meters and 5 and 1/13 in width. So for 2 people, no problem, 200 kilograms maximum of weight. You can see here at the sides, you can also have those fabric windows, so to say, if you want some more air and some more light. And actually the mattress here is actually quite soft, even has some, I think, some memory foaming in it, quite nice. And right on the sleeping level, there's also USB supply if you want to charge your smartphone at night or something. So I showed you how you can sleep up in the roof, but what about if you have some more people? Well, I removed the head restraints here off the bench, and I can move the bench forward right here, like this, and then I can actually move those back parts of the seats down, like this, all electric. So until this area is also completely flat then. So here we go. So, and then I just push it back again, like that it hits, well, let's do it like this. So, and then you can see we have another area where you can maybe like put some more, put another mattress on or something like that. So basically you can then sleep with 4 people parallel. On the top part, by the way, you reach it via the front seats. You just step on those. And we have some more stuff here. This is, by the way, the opening of a cooling box. And we have a cupboard right here, even with a mirror. And here is even more storage space again. So quite interesting concept. You can see that every inch is being used. So, and we have another solution right here. Usually you put your luggage, your normal luggage, would you put on here, when you're driving. And then you can also get this one here folded up. Then there's another, there we go. No, like this. There's another camping table right here. You can unleash it. And some chairs, foldable chairs. You can take out the whole tray, of course, as well. Or you just go without the solution. That will also be possible. And another storage area right here. And what's also really crucial, when you're going to the camping ground or so, here at the other side, you can also then have the permanent electric support, for example, from the camping ground. This is for the water, yeah. And now to my favorite for today, a van with hydraulic struts here for the engine compartment. Yay! So, engine-wise, those ones here are actually the big news, because again, the schematic that they want to move this van here closer to the normal passenger cars is continued by the engine choices. This is the 2-liter 4-cylinder diesel that is also used in the Mercedes E-Class with the SCR cleaning. And in the whole diesel discussion, this one here kind of stood out because in real life, exhaust fume test, this one here had really less particles than anything else that was tested. So indeed, if you talk about clean diesels, this one is probably the one that comes closest to it. This one here, as I said, first time being used then in the V-Class, updated, so from the whole engine lineup. Supposed to have less vibrations and also better insulate from the cabin than the diesels that have been used before. As I said, 2-liter of displacement, 4 cylinders. Comes so far then in 2 horsepower specs, either as a V250D with 190 horsepower, or then the new one, the V300D with 240 horsepower. Never been so strong so far. 500 Newton meters of torque maximum. 7.9 seconds acceleration to 100 kilometers or 62 miles. That's of course pretty strong, especially for this very segment. And both horsepower specs are also combined with the new 9G automatic transmission. That one also plays a role in the refinement of the whole drive and also supposed to give you more fuel savings. Let's see how that one plays out when we are able to drive the vehicle.